We are currently witnessing the end of an era. For the last few years, Meta Quest 3 has been the king of the mountain. It brought mixed reality to the masses, gave us pancake lenses, and proved that you didn't need a $3,000 Apple headset to experience the future. But as we sit here in 2026, the air has changed. The whispers coming out of Meta's reality labs are no longer just rumors, they are a warning. A warning to every other player in the space that the game is about to change. We are talking about Meta Quest 4. Now, if you think this is just another incremental update, a slightly faster chip, or a slightly clearer screen, you are missing the bigger picture. Mark Zuckerberg isn't just building a new headset, he is attempting to build the final platform. Welcome to my channel Tech Launch. Subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon for the new tech updates. The Quest 4 is codenamed Griffin, and from every leak, every firmware scrap, and every supply chain move we've tracked in the last 6 months, it's clear that Meta has scrapped their original, safe plans for a 2026 release to build something much more ambitious. They've looked at the Apple Vision Pro, they've looked at the failures of high-end PC VR, and they've decided to go for the throat. Stay with me, because today we are pulling back the curtain on the most significant piece of hardware in the history of the metaverse. We're talking about the death of the screen door effect, the arrival of neural interfaces, and a leap in processing power that shouldn't be possible in a standalone device. This is the definitive story of the Meta Quest 4. To understand why the Quest 4 is such a radical departure, you have to understand the internal civil war that happened at Meta. Originally, there were two projects, Pismo Low and Pismo High. One was meant to be a cheap successor to the Quest 3, and the other a premium powerhouse. But in late 2025, Meta made a shock decision. They realized that the middle ground was a death trap. With the success of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses taking over the casual market, the Quest line needed to become something more. It needed to become a true spatial computer. This is why the Quest 4 was delayed. They went back to the drawing board to integrate technologies that were supposed to be 5 years away. The first thing that is going to hit you when you put on the Quest 4 is the light. Or rather, the lack of it. 4 years, we've settled for LCD panels. They're fine, but the blacks are always a little gray, the colors a little flat. The Quest 4 is officially making the jump to micro OLED. We are talking about dual 4K displays supplied by BOE and SIA, pushing nearly 3,200 by 3,200 pixels per eye. When you enter a dark environment in a game like Batman, Arkham Shadow, or Into the Radius, the darkness will be absolute. Your eyes won't be straining against a backlit gray fog, they'll be seeing true infinite contrast. This isn't just about making games look better, it's about visual presence. When your brain sees true blacks and vibrant, HDR peak highlights, the fake feeling of VR begins to melt away. This is the moment where the virtual world starts to feel as solid as the physical one. But a display like that is a monster to drive. You can't run dual 4K OLEDs on old hardware. This is where the partnership with Qualcomm reaches its peak. The Quest 4 will be the debut vehicle for the Snapdragon XR2 Gen 3. But here is the secret. It's not just a faster mobile chip. This processor is built on the Orion CPU architecture, the same DNA found in high-end Windows laptops. We are looking at a 50% jump in GPU performance and a dedicated neural processing unit that is 5 times faster than anything in the Quest 3.